Hi guys, and today's video is all about good old-fashioned body confidence. Now, body confidence is something I've struggled with for years, so we're going to talk on tips and tricks, how to help, what to work on, and all that. So let's get on with the video. Okay, body confidence. What is body confidence? It is the ability to feel confident and love and like your skin. Now, no one loves and likes their skin 24/7. Like, I know most girls are quite insecure about their acne. I am insecure about my acne. I am 18 and still have pretty bad acne. But I have the confidence in myself to go, well, I prefer to show it off and be proud of it because it's part of who I am, to hide it under layers and layers of makeup. Now, you can put makeup on top of it. Like, I don't blame you if you do. It is quite a sensitive subject for most girls. And it's quite sensitive for most guys too. But obviously, you don't have to feel like that is your only option. Because acne is a part of life. I never really saw it as an issue till one of my little cousins, who was like 4 or 5 at the time, asked if I had chicken pox, because she didn't know any the wiser and she'd only just had chicken pox. But obviously before that I never saw it as an issue because I knew everybody's going through it, so why should we worry? And that is essentially body confidence. But sometimes things knock your confidence, so obviously my cousin's little one knocked my confidence without meaning to. And obviously kids don't have a filter, so you may find you get more sensitive around certain things kids say than if they didn't say it at all. But that's just how it is really, guys. So we're going to work on how to deal with those little comments that people can make, kids can make, that can knock your body confidence down. And we're going to talk about, if you have no confidence, how to build it up. So let's start talking about how to build your body confidence from zero. Building your body confidence from zero. Very simple, but very, very, very hard. So, okay, I want you to open your wardrobe. And now I want you to try on every single item of clothing you have. You're probably thinking, Sam, I'm not doing that, I can't be asked. But you have to. Because the more you wear clothes you don't feel beautiful in, or confident in, or happy in, are just going to bring your body confidence down. Now, obviously, if you look at my videos, I often wear oversized clothes. But if you look on my Instagram, I wear a range of different clothes. Now, clothes I feel more inclined, because kids my age wear, I'm less confident in. So obviously I don't post a lot of videos in tiny crop tops or swimwear, because I don't feel comfortable in that sort of way. But that is because I'm still working on my body confidence. So obviously I wear quite random fashion. I don't have one specific fashion sense. So there's times where I wear more gothic clothing. So I'll wear fishnets, black like shorts with rips in, a black t-shirt, and everybody thinks I look emo or goth. But it's just a case of, I quite like wearing black. Now, I'm very comfortable in black. I'm very comfortable in darker colours, whilst my hair's quite light. But when my natural hair colour fully comes out, you'll notice I'll start wearing lighter clothes, because it doesn't suit my dark hair as much. So if you look on my Instagram, there's different phases I've gone through with different coloured hair. And during that hair colour, I will try to change up my fashion sense a bit, to try a new way to see if I like it. So one fashion way I've kind of stuck with is alternative. So like, I like to dress up in casual cosplay quite a lot, or in really different kind of clothing themes to normal. So if I wear a crop top, I may throw on a leather jacket with it and a pair of black shorts and fishnets, because it's a mix of, like, guess emo or goth, as people are calling it nowadays. I don't say it is, but more darker kind of theme with a more cutesy theme. Or sometimes I'll just go for like a pastel goth kind of look, where I'm wearing like a Care Bear shirt and high-waisted trousers. And that's a case of I mix up my look. Like, you have to find what you feel comfortable in. If you don't feel comfortable just wearing monotone colours, you don't wear monotone colours. If you don't feel comfortable in crop tops, don't wear crop tops. It's very simple. So go on, I'm going to say pause the video here, guys, go try on your clothes, come back to me when you have a pile of clothes you feel confident in, clothes you don't feel confident in. Okay, I'll give you time. Okay, and you guys are back then. Obviously it's been a second for me, maybe minutes or hours for you guys. So that's stage 1. Stage 2 is get a mirror. Now, I went for a phase where I didn't have a single mirror in my room. I wouldn't even look in the mirror before I went to school. I just brushed my hair, got my mum to check if my hair was fine, wash my face, brush my teeth, make sure I didn't have anything on, like toothpaste or something around my mouth. I'd check with that on, and then I'd go out the door. I wouldn't fuss about how I looked. But what I've learnt now is I have 2 mirrors in my room. One on my cupboard door and one over here. Normally I'll take a few like cute like outfits of the day, selfies and things in the mirror there. Now what I do is I kind of, this is going to sound weird, I wake up and I talk to myself in the mirror. You're thinking, okay Sam, you're crazy now. I probably am crazy, guys, but it works. So I created a mantra. So obviously I'm used to being insulted for certain things like, oh you're childish, or oh you're short, oh you're flat chested, blah blah blah, because the clothes I always wear don't show my chest, don't show anything about my figure, so people make assumptions. Now in this top you can kind of tell I do have a chest, but in most tops you can't, and it's very awkward because there's been many a situation where I've worn tops that I wasn't used to and people would make comments like, oh are you wearing a push-up bra, just because obviously I've taken off the good old-fashioned baggy jumper. So probably just before I started college, I started my mantras. So what I would do is tell myself, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. And basically everything I've always been told negatively, I would say the positive opposite. So if I was told I was fat and ugly, I'd say, you're perfect, you're beautiful. Now, obviously, it's not always great to hear it from yourself, so if you do have a friend that's willing to help you and you to help them, that's great as well. So obviously, you can just sit there, talk to the mirror, or you can just take an outfit of the day, send it to your friend, and they can say something cute and sweet. But obviously, don't become reliant on your friend. That's why I say use a mirror, because your worst critic will always be yourself. So if you can convince yourself that all these things you're saying are true, you will feel like it will make you happier, it will make you more confident, it will honestly brighten your whole aspect of life. I know when I started doing that, I started going out more, I started smiling again, and I relaxed a lot. And obviously I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube at this point in my life if it wasn't for all these weird mantras I've said. Like when I've gone to do tests now or exams, I'm always like, you've got this, you can do it, you will pass this test, you have studied, you've worked hard, you can do it. And obviously that positive reinforcement just helps your overall outlook. And obviously exams are stressful, so if you can take that little bit of stress off by believing in yourself, that is fantastic. Okay, so besides the mantra, step 3 in body confidence is give yourself good things. So you're probably thinking, what do you mean good things? So I have a tendency to eat a lot of sugar, or I did. But since I've eaten less sugar, I'm more happy. When I eat more sugar, I am still happy, but then when I'm not eating it, I'm just craving it and I feel quite low. Now this is a case of when you give your body junk, it starts craving junk. And when it doesn't get that junk, it just brings you down a bit and you become reliant on it. I know being trapped in 4 walls is not great for anybody's body confidence, self-confidence, anything. But one main thing you can focus on is giving yourself the things your body truly needs. So something I've started recently is I fill up a whole litre bottle to 2 litre bottle of water, and I will take that upstairs with me, and I will also fill up, one second, so I've got these bottles, right, these are for my blender. And basically what I do is I will put juice in one bottle and water in the other. So obviously I love water. I do drink about 1 gallon of water a day sometimes, but it's a case of sometimes I can't drink water, so like when I take my inhaler I rinse my mouth out with water and obviously brush my teeth, and then obviously I'm like, okay, now I just want something to get rid of that minty taste after I've washed my mouth out again, so I'll have some juice instead of water. And obviously I won't just drink juice and I won't just drink water, so I mix it between the two. That way I can't get bored of one or the other. And obviously that is something my body needs, water. And obviously I don't have very strong juice anymore. As you can see in that bottle, I've probably got like 2 tablespoons of juice, and the rest water. I don't know, the ratio is kind of weird. But yes, so I focus on drinking more water, but sometimes I get flavoured water, so obviously juice, or I'll just get flavoured water in general if I'm going to the shop. Now I do treat myself to fizzy drinks every so often because sometimes your body just needs that little treat, but I've become more unreliant on them, so I don't have to have them every day, and that's made me very much more energetic and bubbly, which is a great, so obviously that is making sure you eat right, drink right, to make yourself feel positive, because the less water you drink, the more grumpy you get, because normally you're just drinking junk like coffee, tea, juice. I know when my mum's just drunk tea all day, she's really grouchy with me, and I cannot stand it, and we bicker like cat and mouse sometimes because of it. But when she's drunk a lot of water in a day, we're both more relaxed around each other. So obviously it does have a positive impact on your body. And on to number 4, on building your body confidence up from ground zero, and that is exercise. You're probably thinking, exercise equals body confidence? No, it's not exactly that. When you exercise, it releases a happy hormone. Basically, it makes you slightly more happy afterwards. Now, if you exercise on your own or in a gym, if you don't have any body confidence like me, at first I just exercised at home. So I'd go into my living room, blare on some music, my mum would go upstairs and I would start exercising. And that's how it was. Obviously, if you are at like stage 2 or 3 where you're okay with how you look and you're okay with going out dressed in more showy clothing and you're relaxed, like getting sweaty in front of people, then the gym is okay. But obviously, if you're not, you can do it at home. And I absolutely love Chloe Ting's workouts. I don't know if I can add like a card to it and send you to one of her workouts. If I can, it will be up here. If I can't, the link will be in the description. But her workouts are amazing. I love them. Sometimes they're hell and they're really hard. But it's great because she has so much energy. She passes it on with you, and obviously you're working together to just finish that like whole workout, and it's great. And obviously, if you can find someone like that, amazing. If you can't and you know how, like, you know your own workout needs, etc., you can do that. And if you feel awkward when you're working out, listening to music and things like that, and you get dismotivated so easily, trust me, I did at the beginning, just put on a motivational speaker. Now, they may go, like the weird just do it guy. That was a thing a couple years back, I think. But basically, they'll encourage you to do the exercise, and that is what you need. So obviously, that's how to build it up from ground zero, the basic steps, and those are the key things to focus on. Okay, so we are now going to talk about body confidence in the other format. Okay, so now we're on to the second part of this video. I know I have changed clothes. That's because I've done this over a couple days because I didn't want I wanted to go into detail on it. I didn't want it to just seem like it was rushed. Okay? Right, so tips and tricks on body confidence. Now obviously I discussed a few of them previously with what to work on and how to build it from zero. So obviously you've got the mantra in the mirror where you talk to yourself, you give yourself constructive words every single day till it sticks in your mind and you actually believe it and think it, because it is true. Then there is, which is going to sound a bit weird guys, healthy eating and exercise. Ironically, exercise obviously releases the happy hormone, as I explained previously, and healthy eating is something that lots of people forget. If you eat well, you feel well. So the more junk you put in, the worse you'll feel. If you eat rubbish, you feel like rubbish. Quite simple. And then the next one is going outside. Now, I know I don't do this enough, but the more you go outside, the better you feel, because you're getting that vitamin D you need, you're getting fresh air, you're potentially seeing people, and it just brightens your day because you're in a brighter area. Unlike me, who has black and red walls, you know? So there's simple things like that. And this one, I know I personally find the best. It depends on you and your preferences on this one, is being around animals. I have 2 dogs and a guinea pig myself, and whenever I feel low, I'll cuddle my guinea pig or I'll just play with my dogs, and that always makes my mood so much better. And it's like I can go downstairs crying and my dogs will just come up to me and cuddle me and things like that, and that is because your animals care for you and you care for them. So you have a tight bond with them, and it just boosts your mood when you can spend time with an animal, play with an animal, cuddle an animal, stroke an animal. It just makes you feel that like that bit better, or that much better? No, that bit better. That sounds better. My English is awful today, as you can see. Yes, so obviously that is a key thing. And another one is going through your Instagram and unfollowing everybody who makes you feel bad about yourself. So your Instagram should just be full of people that inspire you, make you feel confident, make you feel happy. If they make you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, I'm not thin enough, oh, I look ugly compared to her or him. You need to get rid of them. As much as you may like them, it's better for you and your mental health and your confidence levels, because otherwise every time you go onto that platform you will continuously compare yourself to other people, and that is what you shouldn't do, guys. I don't know why I done it like that, it sounds pretty weird, but still. And another thing I know some of my friends found better, I can't keep trackers myself. Like, I've got my planner, but I can't keep like a daily journal or a daily tracker of like thoughts, feelings, etc. because it just doesn't help me. But they found it easier if they got a little journal. If you're creative, you can make a bullet journal. If you're not, you can just create a mood journal, which is any kind of like notebook where you write day 1, day 2, blah blah blah, and put the date in and whatnot. And obviously what you do with that is you just basically go, okay, today was this hard and I found these things triggered my issues around body confidence, or these things help me feel more body confident, and list people who bring your, like, build up your confidence, who you're grateful for, who doesn't help with your body confidence and brings it down, and things you need to avoid. So obviously day 1 will always be the hardest, but as you go on and you keep track of it, you kind of know what things you need to avoid and what things you need to follow, and obviously it makes your life easier, because if I was to go into a crowded room and I had this tracker, and I'd put down things like people who are super skinny trigger me and make me upset because they often call me chubby, etc. I'm just using this as an example, but if that is your trigger, you can then go into that room and you can go, okay, I can talk to everybody, but if the situation arises about weight, I know to leave the situation if this person is extremely skinny and doesn't understand my issues. Now obviously you must consider anybody will have different reasons for their weight. Like, I've known when my mum was, well, a few years ago, before my mum had a incident where she was in the hospital for a period, she was very, very slim. We often thought it was unhealthy, but obviously she wasn't slim enough you could see her ribs. But obviously, so my mum's metabolism was extremely fast back then, but after her stay in the hospital it's become very slow. So she's put on a little more weight than she used to. But then I've also had friends who have struggled with body confidence and it's led to them having eating disorders, which is why they're so thin. And obviously there are other people on the spectrum who I know who've had body confidence issues and it's led to them binge eating and basically eating away their problems. So I've got friends on the whole spectrum, and my mum's moved along the weight spectrum. But obviously if skinny twigs that's probably really horrible to say, if slimmer people do trigger you, you need to understand not everyone is the same. So you've got some people who will be like, oh darling, you need to stop eating, you should only eat this, this and this, and you should be having celery 3 times a day. Then they are a trigger for you. But if they're like, oh yeah, I struggle with eating, then they're not necessarily a trigger, it's they need help on eating as much as you need help. So obviously there's that. And now this one is going to be a bit hit and miss. Some people find this helpful, some people find this extremely damaging. Now this one is going onto like group, like forums, like blogging websites, amino apps like I said before, or places like BuzzFeed maybe, I don't know, or Reddit, I'm not 100% sure there, but even on Facebook. There are so many groups which support you with weight, body confidence. If you struggle with the eating healthy bit, then okay, you can join an eat healthy group and they'll give you so many tips and tricks, and honestly it's amazing. But then if you struggle with the exercise bit, you can join on meetups, which is a pretty cool app, an exercise group in your area, or create one where they all go out and exercise together, and it's like, okay, I have these people to exercise with, it motivates me more, I can talk to them as I exercise, so it doesn't feel so tedious and boring, and I can see my results alongside other people's. And obviously there's so many different things that could be your triggers or your issues that you struggle with on maintaining that body confidence, that you can then find your groups for, and then those groups can create great friendships, and it's fantastic. Now some people find this detrimental, like with the exercise one. Some people will exercise along others and then realise, why are my results slower than this person's? But obviously everybody's results will be different, and everybody will take a different amount of time, and it will take a different amount of effort from every single person. But obviously it's completely up to you if you do that. You don't have to, it's just a suggestion. But those are my little tips and tricks you can do. If you want to hear more about this subject, I will always do another video, just let me know. And I hope you'll have an absolutely fantastic day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!